Hello, everyone. My name is Lexis Teresi. First, starting with my first year field placement, I did at a children and youth agency, so child welfare, and that was back in 2017, I believe. And after I did my field placement, I also worked as a caseworker for the same agency. I then worked as a paralegal for the child welfare system for the same county that I was a caseworker in. So I kind of have both perspectives of the field work for child welfare as well as the legal perspective. My current job title is that I work for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for Childline, which many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with that, especially if you work with children in the state of Pennsylvania. And so right now I'm not currently in the field working hands-on with people, but I'm still working within child welfare, taking referrals, submitting them to appropriate counties all over the state of Pennsylvania. We're available 24/7, so my hours are definitely kind of all over the place sometimes. And if you are a mandated reporter, you can also submit referrals through our online system, which also come to Childline, where we will evaluate them and then send them to the county they need to go to. So I'm currently doing that, and I hope after I get my master's that I'll be back out in the field because I do truly miss it. So my experience working with families, as I said, I was a caseworker for children and youth. So I have experience working with multiple different families within the community, working with families to do multiple things such as reunification with their children that may be in the foster care system, as well as helping the family develop family service plans, which are goal oriented, specific to that family, linking the family to resources, educating families and children on the resources available to the community, because most times people don't know, what is out there or what they could qualify to receive help. I also participate in family groups, which is bringing different supports together for the family to come up with a plan to help through their current challenges that they may be facing, as well as support them through these different challenges. A lot of things that I learned in child welfare and my experiences is understanding different social issues and how they affect families so differently, such as poverty, substance use, domestic violence, mental health, all these different social issues affecting families, but every family is just so unique in its own way. Every family has their own story, regardless if the social issue is similar from my other families on my caseload. So every family is affected differently. So just really understanding how to put yourself in their shoes and allow your families to be heard and what you can do to best lead them through their challenges as well as provide treatment. So for the basic structure of my family system is that I am the second oldest out of five. I grew up with both of my parents. Neither of my parents had any sort of higher education, so going to college was definitely a big goal that I had for myself. My father worked multiple jobs, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom until my youngest sister was born. So my mom was pretty much a stay-at-home mom for at least all of my childhood. I was the only sibling that moved away from home, and I still am the only sibling that lives away from my family. So I've always kind of been known as the independent sibling, as well as the mediator for my family. Being the second oldest, I was always in the middle between my siblings, and even till this day, my mom will give me a call and be like, "Hey, can you talk to your brother?" Or so it's really nice knowing that my family sees me as that person, and this has helped me working with families in my experience and being able to hear both sides and understand where people are coming from, as well as providing support. So I'm really grateful that I'm in that position in my family, and I hope to just keep learning on how I can help others as well. It's definitely hard being away from your family, as a lot of my families that I've worked with have very limited support. So I can understand and relate to them when it comes to that and being away or not having access to people locally, which I found was a big challenge for a lot of my families that had their kids in foster care and didn't have any options for kinship care, which kinship, if some of you don't know, is when children, they look for family first for children to go with before placing them into other placement options or foster homes. Um, a burning question that I have is just honestly, I have a bunch of them, but how to better navigate social challenges that families face, and how to better help these families that may not have good support systems, like I said, or a lack of them, and how to work with families when there is access to only limited resources in their community, and how, as a social worker, I can support and help my clients and families still feel that regardless of the limited resources, that there's a way and there's help and there's support out there for them. Overall, I'm excited to learn more about working with families and how I can further my education in my own profession and personal life, and how to serve my own family as well as my clients and future families that I hope to get back in the field to work with. I'm excited to meet you all, and I'm really excited for this class.